polar bear mother was desperately trying to save her cubs, but one of the little ones just couldn't climb up. The small, hungry body of the cub, if it stayed in the freezing seawater for much longer, might succumb to hypothermia and die. This is one of the many reasons why many polar bear cubs don't survive their first year of life. At this moment, the heartbroken mother had to make a cruel decision. Should she continue searching for food or stop now? This new polar bear mother, who hadn't eaten for 7 or 8 months, was forced to take her 2 cubs to the coast just 2 months after giving birth, driven by hunger to hunt seals in this challenging landscape. Under normal circumstances, the cubs would spend most of their future lives on this frozen sea. The mother bear would teach them all the hunting skills she had learned in her lifetime. But for now, her most urgent task was to teach them how to walk steadily on the sea. However, in recent years, the ice has retreated far away and fragmented into pieces, greatly increasing the difficulty of moving across it. The 2 young cubs, new to this world, struggled tremendously, crawling into the icy water every few steps. For now, they still had some strength and could keep up with their mother. The mother bear couldn't help but reflect on how quickly the world had changed. In the past, the ice didn't start melting until May, but now, it became thin and brittle as early as March, breaking under the lightest step. The mother had to cut her lessons short and hurriedly led her cubs back to the safety of the land, fearing they'd get too wet and tired, putting them in danger. On the way back, her weaker cub bear 2 began to lag behind, struggling to keep up. After waiting for it to catch up, the mother bear chose a relatively low point on the shore of land. The first cub barely managed to climb up with the mother's guidance, but bear 2 had no strength left to climb further. Starving to the limit, the mother bear had no choice but to continue searching for food to ensure survival, and that of the cub already on land. Bear 2, meanwhile, gave its all, running faster on the broken ice below the shore, trying to keep up with its mother's pace. But the path ahead was fraught with obstacles. In some areas, even broken ice was absent, making it even harder for the little cub to keep up. It was forced to jump into the sea and swim after them. Although polar bears are naturally resistant to the cold, Bear 2, only 2 months old, was not yet fully developed. Prolonged exposure to the freezing seawater could sap its body heat before it could catch up with its mother, costing it its life. As the distance between them grew and the mother could no longer hear her cub, worry began to set in. She was torn. Should she keep going or risk being held back by Bear 2? When the faint cries of Bear 2 reached her ears from afar, the mother bear ultimately couldn't abandon her. She decided to turn back immediately. Hearing its mother's call, Bear 2 summoned all its courage and tried its best to climb the shore. Although the spot wasn't very high, it was still too much for the exhausted cub. It failed multiple attempts. Anxious, the mother bear rushed over, biting down on the cub's foot and pulling it upward with front paws gripping its head. Thankfully, with her rough help, Bear 2 finally made it up. After a brief rest, the mother bear needed to continue the journey with her cubs in search of food.